degree from USC. So I know what I'm talking about. And like I said, I worked in the system for 23 years. And not only that, I was in the system for my whole teen. So at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people think that it's just that easy that mom gave birth to the baby. Let's go get the baby. We got grounds to take the baby. Nah, you don't. Because circumstances on why you took the baby then, why you took those babies and why you take this baby, you have to be able to make a connection between that. Don't let nobody tell you different. You know what I'm saying?
No, my caseworker already told me they would have to investigate if I was still messing with the father. I'm not messing with him no more. They've been following me to see that I'm not, so they're not they said I don't have to worry about
homelessness is not homelessness. Hold on. Somebody said, what if she has no way to provide for or have anything for her children? Homelessness is not grounds to detain. There are people that are homeless on the street right now with their children. That is not grounds to detain people because you lack housing. That's a epidemic. That's not something that you would take people's children for. So I hope that helps you. No, I got a degree. Yeah, I got my degree, and I do think I know everything.
my mama put that she's my support system as well as other people. So, you know, they have that as well. If I had to land on anything, even if I had to even just consider temporary guardianship, you know.
But you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to do that.
You know, they already told me they're not taking them. So when people sit here and say the state that's the state baby, whatever, okay.
A lot of people think that they know, you know, and I had plenty of clients that gave birth to children and I didn't take them. And I do have people that I had babies and I did take them because the circumstances were exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that gave grounds for me to be able to detain their children. But the goal is not to detain the children because children don't do better. The system doesn't do a great job at raising children. That's the reality. Statistics say that. It don't matter. It don't matter how many foster homes, great foster homes. Like I said, you could put them in therapy. You could take them to Disneyland. You can put them in every sport in the world, teach them how to play an instrument. At the end of the day, statistics have shown that children thrive in the home of their parents, and that the goal is to help the parents because that's how you truly establish children who are healthy, both socially, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Then that's by way of having healthy parents. So the reality is, you do what you need to do. Let people sit on the sideline. That's just like anything happen. Social media has given people such a nice platform to come on and their opinions, but their opinions are like assholes. We all got them. And at the end of the day, you know, they all do the same thing. They shit, they pass gas. It is what it is. But, you know, people can say what they want. But my hope is that you do what you need to do to sustain yourself, to make sure that you're stable, that you do what you need to do and bring the baby into the world and do what you need to do for your baby. But first, do what you need to do for you. Right now, while you're pregnant, you get to work on you. You know, nothing more than to work on you. And at the end of the day, I also had parents who got used to not having their kids. You know what I'm saying? I had one mom, she got her kids back and she was like, I want my kids to go back to my mom. No judgment, because the reality was for 3 years, she lived a single life. She saw her kids a couple times a week.
It's like it's not normal for me because I didn't go out. I don't party. I don't do stuff like that. So there's opportunities where I could have done that, but rather be with my children. So we are and anybody will tell y'all, we are very clingy and stuff, and they're dealing with separation issues right now. I'm dealing with separation issues. It's like me being in my home, it's like sometimes I be hearing crying, but there's no kids in the home. You know, so yeah, I don't think that I can ever just get used to that because I rather.
And that's fine. And like I said, I'm just sharing with you some of my clients' experiences, you know, things that people have experienced. The reality is work on you, you know, and bring that baby in the world and make this time different from the other times. You know, you don't need a man.
I
Huh?
know. I said I know what I need to work on. Like this is my first time ever going through a domestic violence relationship. So I didn't love myself at that time. I know where I messed up. I'm not worried about no relationship, no nothing. But the thing that I do need to work on, and I've spoke about it on my platform before, is that when I was going through depression. Right now I'm going through depression because they're not here. So going through depression, I would allow depression to sometimes not get up. And I have my younger child making my baby's bottles, or warming up their food, teach her how to do the microwave. And
Are you in
she,
therapy right now?
yes, I'm in therapy right now, but that's the stuff that I noticed that I did as a parent that I would say I need to work on, you know.
Yeah.
But anything else, that's why I'm like, when people speak on my parents, and it's just like, no, I feel like I was a good mother. It's just, I allow depression to take over sometimes.
And if
And
you are dealing with depression, it's not a matter of allowing depression to take over. Because when you are depressed, and low motivation and all of those things that comes with depression. What I would say is working on building up your toolbox for what you can do when depression hits. Because the reality is, when depression hits, I've been depressed. I've been severely depressed before. It's hard to get up and make your bed. It's just the thought of it is exhausting, right? But in therapy, they teach you how to get up. Just if all you do is make your bed, if all you do is brush your teeth, for you to celebrate those things. So when you go to therapy, make sure that you are magnifying, gaining tools, so that you have tools in your toolbox for when you have those moments where you're depressed. Because yeah, you don't want your child taking care of their sibling. That's not their responsibility. That's your responsibility. But if you know that it's hard for you to get up and make bottles, it's hard for you to get up and do this, or it's hard for you to get up and do that, you also can start to prepare yourself for that, right? It's like saying, we know a storm is coming in. Somebody say we're going to get 5 feet of snow. It don't snow much up here. I live in a high desert, so we get a little inch sometimes. But I'm saying, if you was in New York, or you were in DC, or somewhere where it snows, and they say, oh, there's going to be a storm coming through, right? What would you do? You would go and make sure that you get your flashlights ready. You would go make sure that you got your heaters, you got your in case the power go out, you got to make sure you have stuff, right? You want to make sure that you went to the grocery store and that you stock up with food, right? You want to make sure that you have canned goods. So the same thing whenever you're dealing with other things. A lot of times we don't understand how to deal with things when we're in situations, because we have the skills, we just apply them to other things that we do every day. Depression is not something that you go to school and learn about. So you don't know, oh my God, so I just need to prepare for a storm. If somebody said prepare for a storm, Taya, you would know how to prepare for a storm, right? Okay, I need to make sure that, or if you're going out and it's gonna rain, you need an umbrella. You need a this, you need a that. Same thing. Okay, if you know that you have a hard time in making bottles, baby has to eat. Baby does need a bottle. You know, how do you feel when you at least get up and wash your face? I usually feel a lot better if I get up and wash my face. Maybe I don't make up my bed, because that's not a real who to me, because I don't care about making up the bed, but I do care about being able to brush my teeth and wash my face. When I was dealing with depression severely, even getting up and going, yeah, I could brush my teeth because I was going to be talking to other people, but I didn't wash my face because I didn't feel like washing my face. That was exhausting for me, right? So what do? If I know a storm is coming, I know that. How do you feel once you wash your face? Or for you, if you put your eyelashes on, does that usually boost your mood? Does it help you? When you feeling good, that's the time to look back and see what makes me feel good. So then you can have that prepared. You know what? I'm gonna have these eyelashes sitting over here just for the rainy day. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna have these eyelashes sitting over here. Like for me, I would keep, when I didn't have a lot of money, I would keep me a Starbucks gift card, right? I keep me a Starbucks gift card because if I could at least get up and go to Starbucks and I didn't have to worry about money and I could go and get me a caramel frap with extra caramel, I knew that made me feel good for them little 5, 10, 15 minutes that I was drinking it. You see where I'm going? You see where I'm going? So I kept that Starbucks gift card. So that Starbucks gift card had enough money on there for a couple of Starbucks, for a couple of grande Starbucks. That way, if all else was bad, if it was storming in my life, if I was unhappy, if I felt like that it was a chore for me to even smile or do anything, I would go and get that card and I would take myself to Starbucks. And in that moment, I would be happy. So whatever yours is, you just have to be prepared. You prepare before a storm. You don't prepare in a storm. So what is it? Do you enjoy rocking your baby? Does your baby smile give you joy? If your baby smile gives you joy, then that may be the motivation you use to get up and go and make the bottle. I'm going to make the bottle because while I'm feeding little boo-boo, boo-boo going to look up and give me the little goo, 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 goo. And oh my God, that's going to warm my heart and remind me that I'm amazing. Remind me that I'm valuable. You get what I'm saying? That's what you do. But if you're not working to build that, then when we find ourselves in a storm, it's hard for us to navigate that storm because we're not prepared. We're not prepared. But when we're doing good, that's when we need to go and look for the things that can help us because a storm is going to come. No matter what, storms are always going to come. Things are always going to happen. But if we prepare while we're up, what do I really love? Like on my worst day, what really helps me? Like I'm gonna show you my little bar now. Now I don't have to go to Starbucks. I'm gonna show you my little hold on, let me see how I turn this around. Let me see. Flip camera. Can you see my coffee bar? Mm-hmm. You see that? You see all this good stuff?
It's that good syrup.
Yes. Yes.
My mama got every flavor, literally.
Hey, you see I got my little what do you call it? Espresso shot. And then my daughter just went to Puerto Rico. She living her best life and she brought me this back. But you see, I gotta refill these. I got all of them pods in here in my pantry. You see my pantry need to be redone. But I'm showing you that, and then I love cups. So let me show you this. So you see how all my cups have stuff on them, right? All my cups have stuff on them. Every cup of mine, other than my clear cups, you see they have stuff on them, right? You see that, right? I'm gonna tell you how I use that. Let me see, flip my camera. Okay. So how I use that is, let's say I'm having a rough time, right? A storm has come in. Well, then I make sure that I grab my mug that's speaking to me. You get what I'm saying? I grab a mug that's speaking to me, that's saying something that doesn't match what my life is right now, that doesn't match this moment. That's what you do. But if I didn't know any better, I'd be like most people in the middle of a storm trying to find shelter. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to find shelter if you learn how to prioritize things. And most people don't know, right? A lot of things that I know are because I went and I wanted them because I knew what I wanted my life to be. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that all the hell that I had been through, all the depression, all the suicidal thoughts, and all the times that, you know, things were horrible in my life when I was a kid, I knew that I wanted something better for my life. But I knew that I wasn't experiencing that for nothing. You get what I'm saying? That I was going to do my best to make sure that I not only healed from it, that I could also come back and help somebody. You get what I'm saying? So now I get the beautiful opportunity to pour into other people's lives, to let people get a glimpse of what their life could be. Not saying that it needs to match mine, but I'm talking about you being able to be proud of yourself and to love yourself and to show up for yourself and to understand that you can create a life that you are not ashamed of. You can be crying today and living something different tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that told me when I was younger that I wasn't going to be nothing. There's a lot of people who didn't think that I would be okay. That's what statistics tell you, right? Statistics told me that 97 point something, almost 98% of people who were in foster care will never have a college degree at an AA level. That's the first level of a degree that you could get from a junior college, right? I have a master's degree. I got several degrees. But I use those statistics to say 2 point something percent made it. I want to join in. But then I'm coming back to let other people know, because most people look at those statistics and they say, oh, that means that I'm not going to make it. That means it's going to be hard for you to make it. That means you're going to have to jump over a couple of mountains to make it. But that 2 point something percent tells you that it's possible. But I want you to have a face to know that it's possible. You know, chase your healing, chase your growth, chase your development. And then you go and you figure out where you could be, because there's a thing called can we get a plate? We hungry now. Somebody said, can we get a plate? We hungry now.
Did you even add the noodles on there?
Nope. But it's okay. I'm gonna add them. Hold on, let me wash my hands. I do need to add them. I forgot about them. I forgot. Because I'm in here running my mouth. See, I've always been a talker. So that social work was right up my alley.
I like to talk to. Hey, I'm okay with it.
Well, I was gonna tell you, they have this program for parents who used to be clients, and they're called PIPs, parenting partners.
Oh yeah, I had a parenting partner, but I just had so much. Like, you know, they make you do all kind of classes and stuff. I didn't have room for him. I didn't, like, with work and all the other stuff. But yeah, I had the parent.
Well, see, here's the beauty about a parent partner. The parent partners have been where you are. Mm-hmm. And so where sometimes, you know, when I first got a client, you know, they don't want to hear nothing from me. They like, I don't want to do nothing y'all say. You know, y'all done took my kids. I hate y'all. You work for the system, blah, blah, blah. The beauty about having a parent partner is that I would have them reach out to the client, and, you know, just them being able to talk to them and let them know, like, you know, I was a crackhead, you know, I was this, I was that. And it's okay. You can still get your kid back. And my parenting partners, that a lot of the ones I worked with, they loved me. They loved me. And they knew that if a client got me as a worker, they knew that client was lucky. They knew it was gonna be hell, because I will beat that ass. I will beat that ass with these words. I will have them crying. I'm like, oh, I told one of my parents one time, this is how cold I am. She was playing games, right? Sneaking and seeing her baby when her baby visiting her mama. And she just thought, oh, my mom gonna get my baby. Y'all gonna disappear. I'm gonna be able to see my baby, right? So I went to visit her one time, and she wasn't taking her stuff serious. She was supposed to be in drug treatment. So I said, hey. I said, how old is the baby right now? And she got excited. You know, everybody get excited. You start talking about your baby, you just, oh my God, they're doing this. Oh my God, and they're doing that. I'm like, oh, are they crawling yet? Like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, guess what? If you don't get your shit together, you're going to miss that. And she was like, wait, what? I said, yeah. I said, not only that, I said, isn't now around the time, because they babbling, right? Blah, 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 blah. They're going to be like, my, in a minute. Who you think they're going to call mama? And then she was looking at me like, how this conversation turn? Because it went south real quick, because I got her nice and warmed up. I knew what I was doing. So then I asked her, I said, and then after that, she going to be pulling up. I said, you going to miss that.